Good morning, we're here at Bonsai Live in Telford. It's a Sunday morning, so we've already had one day of show yesterday. It went quite well, and we thought we'd just show you our sales table and a couple of the exhibition trees that we've brought along, and then a few of the other exhibition trees for those of you that can't make it along, to give you an idea of what the show's like here in Telford in the UK. So we've got our sales table all set up, bought quite a wide range of tools, some Chinese juniper, part trained material. They were quite popular yesterday. And bought a selection of bonsai off the benches at work, some specimen trees, juniper, Japanese black pine, nice Cebu maple in the middle. Trident root over rock in autumn colour. Somebody's been looking at this because it's been turned around a little bit. That's the front of it round there. Good autumn colour at the moment. And a dwarf pine. And then over here is part of the exhibition, and we're exhibiting 2 trees here this weekend. I'll give you a little bit of information about them. This first one is a Sagan maple, Acer palmatum Sagan. It's bright pink foliage in spring. This is just starting to go into autumn colour. We brought it along today to put on display. It's in particularly good leaf for this time of year. We've had quite a demanding year here in the UK. We've had temperatures up to 40 degrees during the summer. And this is its original leaf from spring. It wasn't leaf cut halfway through the year. And this has been outside in the full sun all year. So it's held really nice leaf with hardly any damage to the leaf. None of the leaves are crispy, just really, really good. So we brought it along. It's in a Walsall studio ceramics pot, and Walsall Studio Ceramics, we used quite a few of their pots. We did a video with them a few months ago if you want to check that out, and they've got a sales table just backing onto ours, so you can come along, buy a tree from us and buy a pot from them. This next one here is a European spindle euonymus, and this was a tree that used to belong to Petra, my stepmother, one of her trees from her private collection. And this is one of her pots, and she made this pot specifically for this tree to show it off in autumn colour. So you've got the pinky red of the foliage manifesting itself in the glaze of the pot on a nice walnut display table we had made for it. And this euonymus is at the peak of its colour. When I say it's at the peak of its colour, it's nearly over the peak of its colour, because they go really red, then they start to go like a dark black purple, then the leaves will drop. You have to be ever so careful bringing this to the show, because every time you move it, it drops a few leaves, but they're just hanging on there. If the show was 2 or 3 days later, we wouldn't have been able to bring this tree along to show you. So it's really stunning colour. It's because it's quite time sensitive, looking at its best, it doesn't really get shown very often, because it's not very often that a show coincides with that small amount of time when it looks perfect. We're going to have a browse around the show, just show you a few of the other trees here. So if you haven't come down to the show, we're still open here today on Sunday if you want to pop along. And we've seen a lot of you over the last few days, and it's good to get out and about again, and people coming to visit us here. you.